Read the comments online about filming a basketball game, and you'll inevitably see the same sentiment. What's the big deal? You're literally following a ball. Keeping a wildly unpredictable object perfectly centered in the frame requires immense physical coordination. Operators have to physically twist the lens to track the action, rack focus to keep players sharp, and zoom in and out, all at the exact same time. On a traditional movie set, a Hollywood crew might spend months carefully lighting a single room and running dozens of identical takes just to get 3 minutes of usable footage for the final cut. An NBA broadcast operates under a much tighter logistical window. It is a 48-minute unscripted movie that is shot, edited, and distributed as a finished product in real time, pulling from dozens of different angles simultaneously. How does a crew orchestrate a massive network of hidden cameras, microphones, and data to pull off a cinematic experience without the safety net of post-production? Look at this 3D map of the arena. A single wide game camera cannot capture the necessary level of detail. Instead, there are easily 40 to 50 dedicated cameras actively shooting the game at any given moment, hidden everywhere from the rafters to the sidelines. The primary workhorses of this network are $50,000 Sony P50 box cameras, but the glass attached to them provides the real optical power. Canon lenses equipped with a massive 122-time mechanical zoom. Taming those massive lenses requires split-brain coordination. The operator controls the fluid head, using their left hand to twist the servo-driven focus and their right hand to dial the motorized zoom ring. For the sweeping tip-off shot, the broadcast relies on a cable cam rigged directly to the ceiling. This requires a dedicated tag team, one operator to physically fly the rig through three-dimensional space, and another to actually point the lens, focus, and capture the shot. Down on the floor, the Steadicam operator is constantly in the mix. The exact second a timeout is called, they sprint onto the court, plunging into the huddle to capture raw, close-up player reactions before it breaks. This hardware turns standard sports coverage into a cinematic experience. The entire arena is rigged with specialized tools designed specifically to capture the intense, raw ingredients of a high-stakes narrative. Visuals alone leave a broadcast feeling hollow. To feel the physical impact of the game from your living room, you need highly localized sound design. The closest physical point to the play is right under the players' noses, built directly into the heavy stanchions holding up the backboards. Engineers mount highly sensitive Sennheiser shotgun microphones right at the base and point them directly at the floor. That captures the sharp sneaker squeaks, the snap of the net, and players trash-talking the referees. They also actively mix ambient audio feeds. Microphones placed throughout the seating areas capture the raw energy of the crowd, ensuring the roar of the arena balances perfectly against the broadcast commentators. Without that aggressive, localized sound design, those massive, wide-angle broadcast visuals would feel completely disconnected from the action. To see where all this data actually goes, you have to walk 200 yards outside the arena to a hidden pod of massive broadcast trucks. Inside, engineers receive every single raw feed. They are constantly white-balancing and color-matching dozens of separate cameras on the fly, so that every angle looks perfectly consistent when cut together. When a major play happens, the replay truck relies on a specialized piece of hardware, the EVS replay controller. This right-hand wheel lets an operator instantly scrub backward through high-density footage shot at 180 frames per second. On the left, pushing the lever down modulates playback speed, dialing in a crisp, slow-motion shot seconds after the actual play. These engineers take the entire traditional Hollywood post-production process, editing, color grading, and speed ramping, and execute all of it in a matter of literal seconds. At the center of this chaos is the live director. They sit facing an overwhelming wall of monitors, watching dozens of raw feeds and actively dictating the narrative flow. The director stays locked in a frantic communication loop, constantly calling out commands over the headset to the camera operators stationed back inside the arena. The pressure out on the floor is intense. Operators keep physical cheat sheets of player faces taped to their camera rigs. When the director calls for an isolated shot, they have exactly 2 seconds to check the sheet, locate the player on the floor, lock focus, and get the framing right. Millions of dollars of automated technology and heavy hardware are ultimately kept alive entirely by human reflexes and split-second communication. Between the carabiners flying roof cameras, the hidden microphones near the floorboards, and the replay operators working outside, capturing an NBA broadcast requires a massive, highly choreographed symphony of elite human skill, pulling together dozens of angles to build a live narrative in real time. This is the invisible standard of live broadcast engineering. When this massive crew executes a live-action movie without a single error, the audience isn't supposed to notice the work. They're just supposed to watch the game.